Grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 230 of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tyler. And join me, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Cole Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing all right. This past Friday was kind of a special one for me as, well, let's just say I did manage to pick up some games. But before I get into that, though,
okay,
I just kind of want to know, it's like, how are you doing, Tyler?
Heart palpitations is a response. The only thing I can think of right now. Right now we are, with a minute 40 left in the game, Iowa is beating Penn State, number 4 ranked team in the country. Watching the game right now as we speak. So if I freak out sometime in between, about 2 minutes before we start recording, they scored a touchdown, take the lead. So if I start freaking out randomly, I apologize / don't apologize. But we have another person here this week, actually. I invited Steph Curry, but he said he didn't want to come, so I took back his invitation to come to the show.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
And so, as a retort, LeBron James has already went on record as saying, Tyler Courtney, you bum. Go ahead, do this.
Yeah, LeBron James called me a bum on Twitter. He really did. Justin doesn't know what's going on right now.
Dude.
No, Justin doesn't know what's going on. That's a Donald Trump joke.
Oh.
Justin's a lucky one. He just distances himself from the internet. But no, Justin's here. Hello, Robin Williams. How are you, Mrs. Doubtfire?
Doing good.
Been a few weeks.
You and I don't fire.
No, I'm doing good. A reoccurring theme here. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I'm back.
A few weeks.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Doing good though.
That's good.
Yes.
Drinking a cherry wheat.
Drinking a cherry wheat.
It's delicious.
Yes, it is.
It's actually the ones you brought over a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Last
wow.
one's remaining.
Cool.
So, yeah,
I feel
appreciate
terrible
it. Thank
now.
you. No, it's all right. It's all right. It's delicious. I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Mm.
Never mind.
Okay.
I think something's coming for you though later in the show or soon. You'll know.
Is it my heart stopping if I lose this game?
You might need a bypass after Gables gives you some grease.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Maybe...
You'll know when it hits.
Okay. Is it like Taco Bell, like an hour after you Taco Bell kind of thing?
The good kind of grease.
Oh, okay. Like Bebop's grease?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I'm down. But anyways, Gables.
Yes. All right.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
You said Gables. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm
No.
watching the game in the background, and shit happened, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're good. Did I say how I was doing?
Yeah.
I did? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on right now, guys. This is a high-pressure moment for me. I don't know why.
It's all good. You're doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Deep
Rolling
breaths.
through. Yep.
Am I?
Yep.
I feel like we asked this question last time. Did Ashley handle childbirth better, or than I'm handling this right now? Or
Yes.
okay, yeah.
But you're doing great.
Thank you.
She's phenomenal. You're doing great.
Okay, Gables, you said you bought some stuff.
Yes, I did.
Tell me how it went.
All right, so to get things out of the way first, I'm going to talk about the game that I've actually played.
Sorry.
Game that I've actually played a little bit since last night. I downloaded Pokemon Gold,
Nice.
and let's just say I'm already 5 hours in it,
Nice.
and I've just beat Whitney, the 3rd gym leader.
Is that the one with Miltank?
Yeah, that's the one with Miltank.
Fucking worst boss of all time.
Okay.
Tank?
Miltank. It's a cow with 9 nipples.
Holy shit.
Now, here's the thing. Whitney was the last fight that I actually went through and finished. So, originally, when the makers of Gold and Silver went through and devised this game, they put this gym leader, Whitney, inside a Goldenrod City. And the thing about this gym leader in particular is, everything else seems to be easier. Like, you defeat some of the gym trainers, and all of a sudden, and then you go up to, eventually the gym leader, and you're like, oh, okay, this is not going to be so bad and stuff. Okay, I beat the Clefairy, and then all of a sudden, like, she sends out her mill tank. Now,
Sorry.
Honestly, it wouldn't be so bad.
Creature being sent out.
To be perfectly honest, it wouldn't be so bad if this was like, say, a Pokemon that probably wasn't as bulky, or probably did not have like restoration moves as this Miltank does. Well, here's the thing. Already you have a level 20 Pokemon that not only is very bulky in terms of physical defense, but it has a couple of moves that are going to absolutely, like, just put you out of loop. One of them is the move Rollout. Rollout is a move that if you hit it, each time it hits consecutively, it gets more powerful. So the first time it hits you, it's like, okay, it's like maybe you have 5 hit points. The next time it does like about 12, it's like, oh no. Then all of a sudden the third one's like 24, it's like, what the fuck? But the other move that this Miltank has is a move called Milk Drink. Why the hell that a cow drinking its own milk can replenish its own health? I mean, okay, that's kind of weird. But
you can't do that?
Oh, no. If I could do that, man, that would be... I would be seriously in the nurse's office going through some medical problems. But, no, for the milk drink, it actually replenishes, I believe, it looked like about 50 HP, personally. I'm not too sure how much of the amount, but I'll say this, it was enough to almost completely heal her Miltank almost in one use.
It's a 5-hour energy drink for you.
There you go. But the last move, which actually I was never even hit with in terms of the entirety of the match, was Attract. Now, the thing about this move is it's a gym leader's TM move, so it's going to be useful for some particular ports. But with the move Attract, it just, if you teach it to a Pokemon, let's say is a female Pokemon, for example, if you face off against a male opponent, like a male Pokemon, you use Attract, it's going to attract the male, to make it almost immobilized with love or some shit. You basically have a 50% chance of landing a hit. So, anyway, I ended up defeating this Miltank almost like with a combined little strategy that I had going here. So I went into the matchup with only 3 Pokemon. My starter Pokemon, which was Cyndaquil, which I at least went through as a Quilava at this point. That was around level 22. Then I have my Flaffy, which is evolved from Mareep. That was like about 21. And then the last one was Furret. Furret is evolved from Sentret, which is like one of those squirrel-type Pokemon at the beginning of the game. But the thing about it, I went forth and I led with Furret, took out the Clefairy, then I switched over to my Flaffy. It's so funny, because I've nicknamed the Pokemon as well. Like, I nicknamed my Quilava Inferno, and my Flaffy Watt. So, it's just little bits of, like, elemental-themed names that are going there. Well, except for Furret, I just nicknamed him Trent.
DRB.
I know, right? But anyway, what I did when she finally got out with her last Pokemon Miltank is immediately I hit Thunder Wave on it, paralyzed it. I used the move Flash, which is HM5 in this game. It makes a returning thing from the original Pokemon games, but anyway, I used Flash about 5 times against that Miltank to make sure the accuracy was almost complete shit, so that when she eventually did use the move Rollout or something, it would be incredibly hard for her to hit the move. So, at this point, I've hit all Flash, I've hit her with a paralysis and stuff. She's still hitting fucking moves on my team. Which is kind of funny and frustrating. Because there are maybe 2 or 3 turns in a row where she either is fully paralyzed with her Miltank, or the move misses. Like, say, I've had Stomp miss quite a few times, what she tried to use it on my Pokemon. No, what ended up happening was I eventually went through and paralyzed, used Flash a number of times, but the thing that was annoying the most, she kept using Milk Drink. So I've got everything else set, and she keeps on replenishing health. This happened like 5 times during this fucking match. And I've had everything else. It's like, she's just delaying the inevitable, like, just going through. It's like, I'm already hitting a bunch of Thunder Shocks with Watt and stuff, and just try to whittle down stuff. I eventually went through, and I beat that fucking Milk Tank with at least, oh god, after maybe the 9th or the 10th Thunder Shock that I could possibly deliver. And yeah, that's how I pretty much defeated that freaking Milk Tank. I mean, Jesus criminy. I will say, though, after that match and stuff, I saved my game. I turned it off. I'm like, oh my god. Just getting that feeling back of playing Pokemon Gold and stuff and just finding out alternative ways where I can beat opponents and stuff is just hilarious to me. Because, I'll kid you not, this is the fastest I've actually gone through this portion of the game without having to train a whole party of Pokemon. Because normally when I would play through the game, my Pokemon would at least be about 15 to about 17 going through the area. But because I chose the 3 that I have, they were a lot more leveled up than they should have been. And I was still having trouble with that fucking Milk Tank. But as far as other things for Pokemon Gold are concerned, the game runs great. The character sprites are actually a lot more colorful on the 3DS XL that I've noticed. Let's see. The save structure sort of works similarly to how Red, Blue, and Yellow were on the Virtual Console when they released last year, which isn't bad. All you just need to do is just save the game and stuff. There's no suspend states or other types of stuff because that doesn't really serve any purpose right now. But other than that, it's like I've been really enjoying playing through Pokemon Gold again, you know? As far as teams go, I have roughly an idea of what I want to go with what type of party members, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious when I finally get them into order, because it's going to be something that I've never actually done before. But, yes, other than Pokemon Gold, now that was probably the only game that I really played in depth over the past week besides Pokemon Diamond, which I'm stuck like in Mount Cornet trying to face off against the last of Team Galactic, but I'll talk more about that whenever I finally get around to going through the rest of the game and beating it. But what I will say is there were a couple other games I picked up. One, Metroid Samus Returns.
Oh, nice.
For the 3DS. The other one, Destiny 2.
Yes. Oh.
Yesterday.
I needed that.
Yesterday I went to GameStop, I got Metroid and stuff, then later on at Walmart, it's like, I was just literally looking at the 2 of the games that, there was a couple options here, it's like, okay, do I get Pokken Tournament, or do I get Destiny 2? And I look at both of them for a long time, then I just returned to Walmart today, I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting Destiny 2. I need a break.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how gaming has been for my week. So,
very cool, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Glad you're jumping into the Pokemon world and also Pokemon Gold world. I'm sorry, and also picking up on that Destiny 2. Speaking of, I'm gonna go real quick, Justin. Since
Go
we're
for it,
speaking of
dude.
it already. Destiny 2 finished it up this week. So house has been empty this week. Family was in Vegas, so So I had plenty of time. The downside always with Destiny really is it's been an online only game, so shit's you can't just walk away from Destiny. You can't just pause it and walk away. And someone like me, I'll just randomly walk away from shit a lot. When I'm playing games, go pause it, go away for an hour, whatever. Destiny can't do that. So this week nobody was around, so I delved a lot into Destiny 2 with no distractions, and spent Thursday night. I think I played it for 4 or 5 hours straight as I got off work.
Nice.
Stayed up way too late playing it. Stayed up till almost 10 o'clock.
Whoa.
Playing Destiny 2, guys. And that's late for me on a work night. And finished that up. Really cool game. I raved about it a lot last week. I thought the in content was great. The final section of the game was really good. Final boss battles, whatever. Wasn't anything amazing. It's a kind of a run of the mill kind of final boss battle. But this boss battle, completely different from the first game. Where I remember when I talked about before when Jake Gables and I beat Destiny 1 together. That's the first time I beat the game, and the other two had previously beat the game before. We beat the final boss. I'm like, that was it? That was actually... I didn't even know we were at the end. I had no
I remember
clue.
that too, when I played it by myself when I first got it.
Yeah, I'm like, that was the final... Okay. And this game, no, I'm not going to say it was... I never said it was an amazing story or it's not going to blow anybody away, but adding a somewhat decent story with some really good-looking and interesting cutscenes makes a big difference, and with some really cool characters. Obviously, like I said, last week Nathan Fillion's fantastic. They have he's in every other goddamn fucking video game.
I know who you're talking
Black guy, deep voice. I think he's in Jesus Christ. I can picture. I can't think of his name.
Deep voice.
He was in Saints Row 3, all the Saints Row 3 and 4.
Keith David.
Yes, Keith David.
That is not who I was thinking of.
Oh,
Never mind.
Thinking Darth Vader.
Which goes back to the
No.
old adage: Samuel L. Jackson for my good days, Keith David for my bad.
Yeah. So Keith David's he's in this game. Does a great job. It just everything across the board there is great. But yeah, no, it's a fun game. I actually I hit the level cap, level 20, maybe 2/3 or 3/4 through the game, and they actually kind of keep the level going where you can keep leveling up, and every time you would normally level up, you earn Ingrams, which unlock better weapons and better gear for you, and that's when that point comes where after you hit the level cap in the first Destiny game was you got light level.
Yeah.
And you earn level, you got better gear, and kind of improved your weapons and everything through that to get you to the next areas. In this game, same thing. This now with the Ingram stuff, every time you get more stuff, better stuff. Even if it isn't better, you can just sell and get good stuff out of it for selling it. But that I feel like I was constantly, even though I hit the level cap fairly early in the game and played for another 6-7 hours, I was doing every side quest I could before I go into the next section, the next world. Still have fun with it, finding cool stuff I was unlocking constantly. That part of it was the numbers kept going up, which in this game makes a big deal because that's basically another level thing. Well, that's almost more important than the level you're at, is where your light level is. In this game, power level, because that tells you it doesn't tell you recommended level you should be at to do this mission. It tells you recommended power level you should be at, and that's really the true kind of test, I guess, or not test, but really that's where you're at in this game. I'm at 218 right now, which is more enough to do most of the stuff. A lot of the main things in the game. The only thing I can't do is the raid. The raid you gotta be 260 at minimum, and I heard really should be in the 270s before you jump into it. But other than that, I can pretty much do everything I want to do in this game, and I feel I'm still constantly going up. I played for an hour on Friday night, I want to say, and I jumped up 4 or 5 power levels. So getting really to nitty gritty there, but I mean once you get through the game, that's kind of what there is to do. And actually, the cool thing is once you finish the game, the big complaint about Destiny 1 was not only the main stuff you do in the game, but the stuff after you finish the campaign.
Yep.
There was nothing really outside some strikes and some raids if you wanted, but that was really
Jumping on top of the roof.
Yeah,
or whatever that was. That was the funnest thing I ever did in that game.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
The Crucible? Oh, not the Crucible.
The tower.
Yeah, the tower. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But yeah, once you finish the game though, there wasn't really anything to do unless you were playing in clans and big groups and stuff. Which I beat this entire game. Like I said, outside playing with Kevin for 45 minutes by myself, and I didn't have a headset when I played with him then. And I still had a lot of fun. And when I beat the game, I started talking to people, and I unlocked all these other missions, new missions I can do, and patrol. Now there's actual patrol missions where you never had patrol missions before. So they unlocked a lot of cool content you can do after you beat the game. So there's actually in-game content. Don't know how much is there because I've only played a little bit since I beat the game.
Yeah.
But there's stuff you can do there, and you get more gear and everything like that after you finish it, which is a big deal. Which is big for a game. When it's a game that's built on like online and multiplayer, you got to keep it going somehow. But it's not like an online. The Crucible is not the thing that's selling point of this game. It's the open world parts and like the worlds that sell this game. So you need to have stuff like this. So I'm curious how it is. But I've heard there is a lot of grinding that is necessary to get to like the 260, 270 level, which won't bother me too much as long as there's new content to play because I'm not one to replay content. So and if that becomes the case, then I feel like that's going to be a turn off to me outside of maybe playing with friends at that point. Like I'm actually in a Facebook messaging group with some friends I'm talking ship now to do we're like the Destiny and Clan fan group, I think is what it's called or something. I'm not sure. So I'll have I play with them. It's whatever. But like I'm not gonna go by myself and go back and play old missions. That's really the only thing I think I played this week. Yeah, it really is. As I'm mad. But next week, Cuphead comes out finally. I feel like I'm waiting for that game for like a decade. I think that game was announced the same week we started this podcast.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
the
it
Xbox
was.
reveal was right around the time.
Oh yeah, that is when they revealed the game or announced it.
Yeah, so that's finally gonna happen.
That's crazy.
Supposedly, yeah.
God damn it! It better be good.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah,
For its sake.
yeah. Let's hope so. And then I might pick up Pokemon Silver if my fucking 3DS ever updates.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but that's really all I've been playing. Destiny 2, finish it up. If I jump back into it and there's more to add, I'll talk more about it. But kind of, if you really want my true feelings on the game overall, check out last week's show when I talked about it. I jumped more into details on everything about it. But yeah, great game. Josie, what have you been playing?
Yo, I'll start with the first game, like oldest to newest, probably makes most sense. I've been playing Mario+Rabbids since
Oh yeah.
Oh my
since
god.
like
that's right.
August 29th.
Yeah.
I finally beat that game about 4 or 5 days ago.
Oh wow.
Um,
Because you weren't far behind me, and I beat the game in like 5 days.
right, and like the last, God, it's not chapter. The last world in like a half took the longest for me.
Okay.
Like not because it was like excruciatingly hard or anything. Just like the time, I just didn't have much time to play it.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to, and I think I talked about this game a little bit before, but I'm gonna kind of touch on some things because you've talked a lot about it too.
Yeah.
I won't like spend too much time on it because like a lot of things that you said about it, I actually really agree with. I love the way this game looks. Like I agree with you. This game feels like it's actually made by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very well polished. Like I found a couple little things that I had an issue with, and I actually found the exact same one you did with the when you go to like a chest and there's like the pipes and you can't push A.
Yep.
And like you said, somehow like when you exit out, somehow it saved that you got that chest. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
'Cause you got, like,
they didn't
20
fix it. They didn't fix it. So
Oh yeah.
by the time I got to it,
But you get 20 orbs out of it, which is what you use to
yeah,
get your skill tree up. So it's a big
it's
deal.
a big deal.
Yeah. If you would have lost that, if I would have lost that, I would have been pissed because that was a
Right.
big difference.
And I'm surprised because like I didn't think it would save that, but it's cool. I guess when you open a chest, it's saved no matter what.
Mhm.
So that's good. Even though that was the only actually really hiccup that actually like was like, oh man, that's like fucked up.
At any point did you get kicked out of the game at all? Like, okay.
Never.
Because it happened to me. So
Never once.
at 4-5,
Uh-huh.
when you fight Bowser Jr. or whatever it is, twice I beat him, and then that cutscene afterwards, it kicked me out, and I had to reboot the entire
That'd
game
be terrible.
because it's 2 battles
Did
in a row.
it
there.
still have you beat him though?
No, I had to do both battles in a row 3 times.
Oh, if I remember that one, it wasn't the most exciting.
No, well,
Especially to do it over again.
yeah, well, especially because you had to do the battle before you fought him,
Right.
And you had to do the
There's a
battle
multi.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good game. I don't think it's a great game.
Oh, okay.
Like there's things about that I really really love, and I think it's more to do with the type of game it is. I can't call it a great to me. Like it doesn't evolve that much once, at least to me, once I got to like World 3. I pretty much feel like I've seen everything in this game. But that doesn't mean like just gameplay wise. I was still enjoying it. I was still having fun. But I never like felt like when I got to like the 4th world besides the environment itself, which I thought was pretty cool looking and stuff, and the humor was there like through the whole thing. I love the humor. I actually really love the humor in this game. And my favorite actually moment in the whole game is the first boss. He made me like laugh.
Oh yeah.
Everything that he did was just hilarious to me. Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Boy. I thought he was
the
so
third
funny.
boss was my favorite.
Third boss.
The opera one.
Oh. Yeah. I love that boss. No, that actually is super awesome. The whole music part, that was some of the coolest shit I've heard in a video game.
Yeah.
No, his whole opera, it was like a Disney movie, like quality, like singing going on, actual opera. No, that was, I totally forgot about him. Thank you. No, those two stick out to me more than anything else in that game. Actually, the opera guy and him, the Donkey Kong boy.
World 2 boss was whatever. It was like, I feel like
a gigantic
one.
thing.
And then
I don't remember
the
what it
World
was.
4 boss could,
The refrigerator. Oh, this is so spoilery.
Yeah.
Ew, sorry. Fuck. It really won't take anything away. There's like,
No.
I was never surprised in this game.
I knew the World 3 boss
Really.
what it was before I played it.
Not like not to say
it.
it's a bad thing. I was going, oh, it's it's kind of like, there's nothing to. I don't know. It's a game I don't feel like you can really spoil too much. Maybe there's some things.
I
Maybe
mean, some moments maybe, but not
Yeah.
like there's the story is you know the story if you know Mario.
Yeah.
Games.
Like knowing the bosses, I don't think.
No, I
But
mean
it
I knew
still
like,
sucks to know anything if you didn't want to.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Gabe. God, I hope you still enjoy this game if you play it.
You
I
should
feel
play.
terrible
Well,
actually
now
about
we'll
that.
see.
Yeah.
So good game.
So I ended up beating it finally, and the last stretch I was kind of like, I just want to beat this game, not because the game's bad, just because like there's another game that I bought like a couple days before I beat it, and that was Metroid Samus Returns.
Yep.
And okay, I beat towards the tail end of beating Mario+Rabbids. I started reading a book. Like I couldn't put the book down. It was Stephen King's Insomnia.
Okay.
Still reading it, but I had to put it down. And I started I actually got a laptop, started writing, and couldn't stop doing that. Then I finally beat Mario+Rabbids. Then I started playing Metroid, and now ever since I started playing that game, I cannot put that game down. Like I think when I started playing that game, like it just sucked me in. It sucked me in. Like I forgot about the book. I forgot about my personal writing thing I've been doing. Like this game just sucked me in like crazy, and so far this game is awesome.
Nice.
Like I never played the original one. I played some of the original the old Metroid for like NES, and I played
Super Metroid.
Super Metroid is actually like the only 2D Metroid I've ever beaten,
Okay.
and I beat that like 4 years ago when it was 30 cents on the Wii U eShop,
Oh yeah.
and it was fucking awesome, and it was still good when I played it now, like then, like I was like, whoa, this is still fucking cool, and yeah, just I was excited when I heard about it, the E3, but like something about it was like I'm kind of like iffy about it, like it's just even the art style, like seeing it like on the big screen, like didn't look that like great to me and stuff like that, and like kind of like a little dull. But playing it on the 3DS and having, I always like on this game especially, like I know some people don't like playing 3D, turn it up all the way. This game is so fucking cool looking, and it goes like way back, like deep, like
heard of
and
that,
there's like
yeah.
really interesting things going on. I played only with the headphones on, just like turned up 3/4, like just immersed in this fucking game. There's not many games like this. I think one of my favorite things about it is like how alone you feel playing this game, like isolated. And the thing the kind of thing you do in this game, unlike other Metroid games that I've played a little bit of Metroid Prime, not much, and like I said, the other 2D Metroids, is you're just kind of you're always hunting stuff in those games, but like in this one, like you're specifically hunting just like Metroids. Like I don't know how many there are, but like you get to a level, and here's like a little tiny synopsis of what it's kind of like when you get to the thing. This, without spoiling really anything too much, you kind of, you know how many. At first, okay, you see like a wheel, and like you kind of know how many Metroids are, like in this area. Like, you don't actually see them or anything, but like you see like little things light up, and it's like, okay, I gotta probably collect this many things in this area or whatever. So you start looking around, and you find your first Metroid, and one of the really cool things I love about this game, actually, I haven't seen in any other Metroid game, is the pairing like maneuver you do, or like counter attack.
Yeah.
It's like, at first it's like kind of throws you off, and it's weird, like, not gonna lie, but like after like probably 20 minutes of doing it, it's like, this feels really cool. And beating some Metroids, and I was like, dude, this is really fucking cool. And you gotta be quick, and you gotta like time stuff just perfect. And all the enemies are a little different, but every single enemy that I've come across will attack you in a fashion so that you can actually do like a counter to. You don't have to play that way if you don't want to, but it's like the way to play, because when you do it, if you time it right, you can actually shoot an enemy. If you shoot with your first shot really quick, it will kill them like in one hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it will give you more health, and actually raise your bar like on these abilities you have called like Aeon abilities, which I found 2 of those so far. The first one you get, I think they told you like when they first announced the game, is like you can like basically like use it, and it will pulsate and scan like the area, so you can like see hidden rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
I only used that once so far, and it was an accident, because the way I'm playing this game is like just explore on your own. Like, nothing against that thing, but like I haven't used it once. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I did it once. I was just like, oh, like it kind of threw me off, because I didn't know if actually like I actually went up there and like unlocked the map, because as you go, it's just like a black screen on the bottom. Then as you move along though, like it will just show you the map, and like kind of
that's cool.
kind of it's like you did like a survey of like the area, and it'll just keep building upon like actually where you went, like chunk by chunk. And the abilities you acquire, like I've really surprised myself by like just wandering off and like, okay, I just got this thing, like I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning, or like some place, and just like I'm gonna try something here. And then I'm like, holy crap, like, whoa, like this game's like I'm starting to realize like these weird abstract thoughts I have about these little powers I just got, like the game's based around that. Like, without really telling you. But if you don't explore, you don't. I mean, eventually you'll have to explore, but like you'll probably come to a point where it's like, I'm missing a lot of shit. Like, something's happening here. But like, just it's kind of hard to explain. Like, not really hard to explain, but like kind of like in Zelda, where like you like Breath of the Wild, like where you explore, and that's like a big chunk of that game. That's how this Metroid feels to me. Is like this exploration, and okay, when you beat a Metroid, the first one, because like, okay, you kill the Metroid, it's a big deal. You get the DNA like inside of you, and you use it to put into this machine, and that's kind of what you do throughout the game so far. Just like on a basic level of talking about it, and what it does though, if you take one back to the machine, it will have like a little bleep to like where the next one is. You won't know how to get to it. I mean, exactly. You'll know where it is, though. Mm-hmm. So you have to figure it out. But after like so many times of getting to like a couple other levels ahead of that, I started just kind of going off, and like I collected like 4, 5, 6, 7 without ever going back to that machine, and just like found all these things, and I realized I found a whole area without ever having the bleep, just, and not because I was trying to, just because like, what's this over here? What's this? What if I do this? What if I do that? Like, it just led me to like something else. So like, it's a Metroidvania game, of course, but like it's the best one of those games I've played since Super Metroid. That I played like 4 years ago. Like, nothing even like comes close to it to me. It just the way like it intrigues your thinking about like the stuff you can do in the game, and kind of like in some ways like breaking out of the limits that you think maybe the game was designed for. Then you're surprised by the fact that like that was totally by design. That's what's really sticking out to me about this game, and yeah, it's fucking cool so far.
That's
Actually,
cool.
yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
So I haven't been able to put it down, and
Yeah.
I realize it's the only game besides like playing Duke Nukem a little bit that has got me away from the Switch since it came out. Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
And it's
Yeah.
Metroid Returns, Samus Returns.
Yeah.
It's fucking so cool. I don't think there's anything else I've been playing. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
So, and I don't know how far I am, but I feel like I'm trekking pretty well along in that game.
I think there's like 30-something Metroids to fight in that game. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I don't know if you have to beat them all. I just kind of that's the only thing I heard about. Like the negative I heard about the game is just that you fight like there's like a lot of Metroid battles and they're all similar, I guess. But that's
Yeah,
That's
they
the one
definitely
negative I heard.
change, but they're alike in some
Yeah.
ways. I actually came across kind of like it's like basically based off like Alien, like how they like xenomorph and stuff like that and change.
Yeah.
I've ran into some things that suggest that something's been happening with that.
okay.
But yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see like what I think when I beat it. 'Cause I don't think I'm gonna be able to put this game down.
Yeah. Well, that's cool because that's like the first really good Metroid game that's been released in a decade.
Yeah, and sorry, real quick,
Yeah.
I knew I forgot something. It came out at like a terrible time for me because another Metroidvania-like game has just been released on the Switch this last Thursday, and I can't buy it yet because I have to wait till I beat Metroid because oh man, they're very in some ways it seems like they're very similar games, and I love and that's SteamWorld Dig too.
Yeah.
And I love SteamWorld Dig. It's my favorite one. I like SteamWorld Heist, but it didn't compare to me as much.
Yeah.
I love SteamWorld Dig. Like, that game is so fucking cool. And I'm glad they went back and made a sequel. And I was actually doing some reading about that game. And it's the game that everyone at the studio wanted to make.
Ooh.
They all voted on it. Like, that's the game I want to make. And the people I'm hearing, like, it's getting really good reviews. And
Yeah, they're excellent.
yeah.
Thanks.
And it's Metroid is too, which is like, damn, two of these games coming out at the exact same fucking time.
Yeah.
But damn, I'm excited to play both of them. But what was I gonna say? Oh, it's like everything that they wanted to put. It feels like a proper sequel. Like everything the team wanted to put in the first one didn't have time, couldn't do certain things. This game just I heard surprises you. It's got a lot of cool shit in it. So, and the first one really surprised me, especially since it's some game, some company I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
Heard about it on some podcast I listened to like 3-4 years ago. Got it to 3DS for like $10, and it was like fucking awesome.
Was it Nintendo Sushi?
No,
Okay.
it was something else. I can't think of what it's called right
Trying
now.
to think, yeah.
It was a while ago. I think they don't
Yeah.
do
well,
it either.
Right, Phil. This is your like for what it was me in March with Horizon and Zelda. This is your, that moment. For
Yeah,
you.
it
You gotta pick
is.
one
It
over the
is.
other.
It is. And I'm not even like a huge like Metroidvania dude, but like the games that I think do it well and the game that started it, one of the games that started it, like just it feels so good. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this is cool. So yeah, I mean, kind of went on a lot there. Probably
That's fine.
repeating myself a little bit.
No, I'm glad you're liking it though, because I mean, that was those games. I'm not my type of games, but I'm glad they're good games, especially Metroid games.
Yeah.
The one I really ever got into was I got into Ori for a while there, the Blind Forest thing was it called. The Xbox. You saw me play it.
Yeah.
A while back.
I've seen you play that.
And then Shadow Complex, like the only two I really got into. So I'm glad people are liking that game. And
yeah, and it's made by like a company that's
doesn't have the greatest reputation in the world.
Yeah, and it's oh man, it feels like they were made to make that Metroid game. It's fucking cool. Yeah,
that's cool though. And SteamWorld Dig too. Like I'm waiting on Heist. Everybody
excited.
I've talked about before. Like I like SteamWorld Heist. I love SteamWorld Heist.
Yeah, no, I love that game too. I'm not trying to diss on that game.
No, but I mean, like, I understand why Dig was more, I think, popular than Heist was, and I get why they're making that.
Yeah,
and I'm sure more people wanted that. But it's that like Mario+Rabbids. It's got that more of the XCOM feel to it, which I like a lot.
Yeah,
and so I'm hoping next we're gonna get a SteamWorld Heist 2. That's what I'm hoping for.
No, oh yeah. I'd be on that too.
Yeah, I'm all over that shit.
It's cool.
Ooh, too much Nintendo talk. We got Nintendo people flying over our head.
Trinan, I haven't seen Trinan in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
What the hell?
Yeah, he's coming.
Reggie.
He'll be here.
I heard about him.
Reggie's never come. It's always Trinan.
Yeah,
Reggie's too busy.
He sends Trinan out.
But we're gonna continue with Nintendo talk. There's actually a few things going on with Nintendo this week. Not as big as last week, obviously, with the Direct. And, you know what else comes out? We talked about Cuphead coming out Friday.
Yes.
You know what else comes out Friday?
One second. I have no idea.
You don't know what's going on Friday, Justin?
I'm probably gonna be. It's gonna be so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, like, what? You didn't know?
First off, can you hand me a beer, please?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yes.
Grab me whatever. I don't even care what you hand me.
Oh, there's also cherry wheat.
Oh, you want it?
Go for it.
All
Go
right,
for
cool.
it. I'm gonna grab one.
Ooh,
I gotta grab one.
If it's last, if you want the cherry wheat, I'll take that at Horfest. I don't care.
Oh, it's fine. That.
Okay.
Go for it.
Anyways, you want to know what's coming out this Friday, Justin?
I should know.
You're getting one. You're getting it.
Oh my god! Oh, it's a Super NES Classic.
Yes, it is.
Holy
The SNES
fuck,
Classic.
dude.
It
I was
is.
thinking like just the games, but there's totally a new game on there.
Yeah.
Kind of.
The new game is coming out this Friday as well. Yeah. There's 2 new games coming out. Cuphead and Star Fox 2.
That's fucking
I'll
so
let you guys
cool.
argue which one's more important.
It's like the Trojan Horse, the NES Classic.
Yeah.
2, or the SNES Classic.
But yeah, Justin's getting one.
Yep.
The one from UK should be coming in the mail, hopefully. And then when it comes here, I'm going to ship it off to Gables.
Okay.
And he'll be getting out with that one. I might take it out of the box, let you know, Gables, and touch it a little bit.
Smell it.
I'm going to smell that. I want to.
Describe the smell in a haiku.
I've never smelled a new SNES controller, so.
That's. Oh, I don't think I have either. No way I have.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I had
cool.
one late in the 90s, so no way.
You were smelling other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Every time you smelled it.
A lot of cigarette smoke in there. But yeah, no,
That's cool, man. Thanks for reminding me about
Yeah, I
that.
thought I should mention that. Justin's week got a lot longer now because he's gonna think about that now. But no, I wanted to jump in. We discussed it a little bit last week, and when we went through this, I'll let you talk about your thoughts on the Direct. But we were talking about Doom being out for the Switch and what we thought the price point should be. Gables and I agree it should be like a $30 game, maybe $40 at most. It's come out and now it's on. It's recording everything on like pre-ordering online. It's $60. There is a possible rumor. There's a Czech website. I can't remember what website it was.
Oh,
It's a big website.
Yeah.
But it was Czech. Released the date as December 13th. Not confirmed, but that was the date they put out there. It's going to run at 30 frames per second. Mm-hmm. I guess there's some stuttering in certain parts of the game. Digital Foundry ran a test with like the Switch-like components on a PC, and they talked about it. It runs at 540.
yeah, which was confirmed today that it's going to be 720 on both.
It is. Okay. Well, that's a little better than I thought it was going to be. So 30 frames per second, 720. Multiplayer download is going to be 9 gigabytes. We'll talk about that. So the snap map's not going to be there, but it's going to have the
multiplayer and DLC.
Yep. And that's going to be that part's separate. You have to separate download for 9 gigabytes. So hopefully, I don't even know what SD card I got. I should probably check that out. I think it was 64.
I think mine's 64 as well.
I think we bought the same one.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, we talked about it last week, and I just kind of want to cover real quick that it's gonna be $60, 30 frames per second. I'm mixing my words here. So just don't want to jump back into that before we, because it was a question we were talking about last week, and I wanted to cover that. But Justin, you watched the Direct. I know you were a little hesitant on watching it when we were texting each other back and forth earlier in the week before that, because you didn't want to spoil yourself on Odyssey.
Oh, yes. I stopped. Okay, I saw the whole Direct all the way through, except for it was like 7 minutes of like Odyssey.
Yeah.
I watched 1.5 minutes. Said nope, no more. I saw like a spoiler alert snow level, and I said fuck this. I left.
Yeah, they've announced.
That's enough. I already wanted this game.
I want to point out they've announced more worlds for this game than Super Mario Sunshine had altogether.
That's very true.
Wow, and
And
the worlds look pretty large.
Yeah.
and interesting.
Then again, Mario Sunshine had like about what was it, like
6?
6?
Yeah, only 6 worlds.
6?
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. But
Damn,
yeah,
it doesn't
I
feel like
believe
it, but wow.
And you go back to him quite a bit, wouldn't you, in that game?
Yep.
Oh, that makes
I think
sense.
64 had 13 or 14. And Sunshine only had 6.
No way.
I think actually
like
it was like, man, I'm
13 or
thinking back
14?
now. It's like Rainbow
like the
Road was
first-
like 12, I think it was 11 or 12. I can't remember. Then you had the 3 Bowser stuff, but then again, it's like I think it was like about 12 worlds inside Mario 64.
Yeah.
Whoa, what? All right, I believe you guys, but that does not sound right to me.
I know it doesn't, right?
Just from memory, I can think of like 40. That can't be right,
Like,
though.
I'm talking about the
Ago?
overworlds, Justin. I'm talking about the stars.
No, I know. Which is probably why in my head it's... You guys are probably... I mean, I believe you, but it just don't seem that way in my head.
Yeah.
Because I think of like, yeah,
Because
that's interesting.
You know, when it comes to Mario 64, let me think here. You have the first world, then you have that little floating island sort of world. You know, with that big old
The
like
first level.
that
Bomb
swamp
Bomb.
and stuff, and like that. The Bomb Mountain. Yeah, I remember that one.
In the water level.
Oh, the water level's
Yes.
like that was the
Second
third
ship.
one, and then the fourth is like Cool Mountain. I know Boo's Hunt
Yeah,
was like
that
number
was the snow
5. Lava Land. Actually, no, Shifting Sandland was 6. Lava Land was 7.
Oh, that one's so cool. You could run up the walls.
Let's
That was
see.
the obelisks in that. I forgot about that.
I think the
It's never
eighth-
been done again.
I think the-
besides like kind of Galaxy, because you can run it on anything really.
Let's see. The 8th one was that crazy maze. 9th one was like Wet Dry World. No,
Yeah.
I think that was 10.
Or-
Now that I think about it. 9, I think it was that tall mountain stuff. Then you had. Oh my God! There was another Snow World too, which I don't know what number that one. And there was that big, small, tiny. You know, like
Big, small.
that big, small one. Then you had like 2 that was like. Actually, I was wrong. It wasn't like 12. It was more like 15 almost. Because you have like
Wow, so
that TikTok
that's so
clock.
crazy to me. Yeah, TikTok
And
clock.
then you had Rainbow.
There's
like-
not as many as I thought there was, man. That's
Yeah.
insane.
But anyway, we're going way off topic.
What about that
here.
weird one where you're underground and you find the dinosaur?
Oh, that
you
was
could ride the
that
dinosaur,
was
you
that
become
hazy
Middle Mario.
maze. That was that maze
Yeah.
one, you know, like right in the underground.
Oh, that's the maze one. Okay.
You know, it's the same one where you get
Wow,
to find the
that's just
little
insane to
metal
me.
Mario and stuff, that whole cap stuff.
Yeah, looks so cool. When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, it's insane."
Well, anyway, we kind of got off a bit of topic right here. Tyler's is absolutely
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
No, I'm actually googling it to find the correct answer. There was 15.
Ah,
Yeah, you guys are both right, kind of. I mean,
yeah, I was 3 off
you're close.
originally.
Yeah. Wow, that is not what I remember. That's totally true, though. When you start to think about it, each one seems like more because there's like 7 stars in each one at least, or
Yep.
something like that.
There was, it was like 6. I think there's like 6
6,
stars
7.
for each
Yeah,
world. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't
That's-
seem like
yeah.
that, but man.
yeah. Then you don't I guess don't count the Bowser levels, the big long crazy.
The
Platforming
final
levels.
ones.
I know
yeah.
the Bowser
Yeah.
worlds are totally separate though, but it's like
Yeah, they're so cool though. But yeah, they're not a world.
in
though.
comparison
Yeah.
to like Super Mario Odyssey, from what we've seen so far, it almost matches sort of similar to say how Sunshine had like its various amount of worlds. I mean, I don't remember a lot of them off the top of my head because I haven't played through the entirety of the game in such a long time. But it's like for Sunshine, I do remember like at least about 5 different worlds, but
Yeah.
it definitely seems like Odyssey has more variety than Sunshine did.
Oh yeah. It seems like to me like Breath of the Wild Mario in a way.
That
It's
sounds
like all the
amazing.
stuff you can find and do and explore. Which exploring has always been cool to see stuff for the first time, but like, I guess people have played this game. Exploring is like even more of a thing in this game. Like and doing weird things, kind of like what I was saying about Metroid earlier.
The only thing that's
Things that you might not think you can do, but just try it.
the only bad thing about Mario Odyssey is it comes out like a couple of weeks before Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for me, so it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, there's a lot of games coming out right around there too.
Yeah, there's so much fun stuff though that we've seen already, especially from that Nintendo Direct stuff as well. It's like nice. That's nice for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. So, so overall though, you avoid the Odyssey stuff.
Yeah.
What else did overall thoughts coming out of it?
Biggest announcements to me besides like actually the 2 biggest announcements were honestly Doom and Wolfenstein 2.
Yep.
Just
You know,
Doom has come back to Nintendo. Nintendo's
big
been the only
baby.
console ever had a Doom game just made for it, and it was always on Doom. Like Doom, I mean, until 64. After 64, no Doom.
Actually,
But until then, Super Nintendo had Doom.
Did you know the Game Boy Advance had its own copy of Doom?
I did not know that.
It
Yes,
ties
it
in with
did.
the Wolfenstein game, doesn't it?
What
I
was
did
that,
not know
Tyler?
that.
I believe one of it ties into the Wolfenstein game. That was
No. It doesn't tie into the Wolfenstein game at all. It's actually a port of the original Doom that is restructured on the Game Boy Advance. It's a little bit. Here's the thing: when that was announced, Doom for the Switch, Digital Foundry actually came out with like either a day or two later, where they did this whole entire video, like about a half an hour to about an hour, comparing all the ports of Doom for all the different systems that it released on. Like, from worst to best. So you saw the systems from, like, Sega 32X, like, freaking, the Saturn, the PlayStation, the more recent, like, 360 PS3 ports and stuff like that. Dude, I saw the ones for Super Nintendo and for Game Boy Advance. I mean, I did not know that there was a Game Boy Advance port of Doom.
I didn't know that either.
You saw, like, the pixel qualities and stuff and all this other stuff. It's like, yeah, it's crazy to believe, but we have not had a Doom game on a Nintendo system since the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
And how ironic it's coming to a system that's also portable.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, yeah, I mean, I think even if I'm not going to buy them on there, which I am going to, only because I've been playing the Switch more than anything else, and a lot of it has to do with I can just take it anywhere.
Dude, that's exactly how
Like,
I feel.
I don't know, man. Like, I think $60 is expensive,
Yeah.
but there's also I know why it's priced $60. I think 50's okay.
It's that Switch tax.
Switch tax, it's also like you're getting 2 games in one in a way, which whatever, but you can say that if you want to. Some people never even leave it at the dock, But like, just to have that freedom, like I don't know, it's sweet. Like this for me personally, like I'll probably
Freedom isn't free.
It is not free.
Buckle
I will
five.
wait. I will wait for Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch.
Really?
I know it will not be as good as the PS4 version,
Okay.
just because I don't want to buy it more than once.
I'm kind of
This
agreeing with
me
Justin
personally.
here.
Like I'm honestly gonna wait, and also I have Odyssey coming out on that same day, and I'm not gonna. I would pick Odyssey over that game, just personally.
Fair, yeah.
And I know Wolfenstein's gonna be an awesome fucking game. I'm not dissing that game at all. I'm just gonna wait, and that's I mean, for certain people, it doesn't make sense to get on a Switch, but like for me, it's fucking cool. And yeah, six like I said, $60 out. I think 40 or 50 is right there. I think that's fine. There's probably like I don't know how much work goes into porting it to the Switch and everything. I don't know,
Dude,
but yeah.
fucking Doom
And-
in the pocket.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, fucking Doom in the pocket.
It's crazy. Yeah, like think of the Doom on the cartridge, little picture in Wolfenstein 2. It's just cool to me.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's fucking sweet.
Okay. That was actually a question I asked about the whole Wolfenstein 2 thing. Was if you guys would wait for a copy of that game.
Yeah.
To me personally, if like let's say like PS4 is my main console.
Yeah.
Like to me, like every game, it's gonna be different for me. Like if a game came out and like it's my social console, so that's why like all my like online gaming for sure going to PS4. To me though, it's like I was thinking about like what game would make me go to Switch before I would go to PS4.
Yeah.
And it would have to be a game like I am super hyped for. Like I know what happened. Like Last Guardian 2 coming to Switch
A week before.
a week before. If it was 2 hours before, I'd buy
Yeah.
that fucking thing. But
like SteamWorld Dig 2.
yeah, like if
A
that
week
came
before or whatever.
yeah, like
But not for you with that game. But like I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I was just like I was just trying to think of what would it be for me, and like that was really it. Like that'd be an extreme case of things not happening to me. It's like personally for me, if and it's easy to say because PS4 is a more powerful console.
Yeah.
I got the Pro, I got the 4K, I got that, so like a game for me like Wolfenstein, I'm for sure gonna play on there.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to think of an example, like why I would go Switch before PS4. And I just the way I played the Switch and play games in general, there's not really a reason for like Rhymes coming out. I know you're getting it for the Switch.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet, but I've owned it for a couple months now on the PS4.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper on the PS4 for me. That's why that makes more sense to me get it on the PS4. You made a good point already. I was just kind of curious, why you would wait.
Yeah.
For a game like that.
I would go even a little more into what I was saying earlier. My PS4 is sitting downstairs, hooked up to one TV, and this is like just my personal thing. Like, if I'm playing Wolfenstein there, it's like no one else that I know that doesn't have Wolfenstein hasn't played it. If they want to see it, they got to come to my house. If I want to, I can just take my Switch over to my brother's house, wherever I'm going. Like, check this game out. Like, check this out. And I have 2 docks for the Switch. If I put it into the TV, like if I'm going to dock it, which I do a lot of times. But sometimes at home, I'm just playing it on the actual this handheld part now, which was completely not like that at all when I first started playing. Like it was all strictly to sit on the couch, play it right in front of the TV. But that is like just being boom. Phew, I have Wolfenstein 2 with me. I have Doom with me. I don't have to like grab my PS4 and hook all this crap, this big huge thing, which most people don't do. I get it, but like for me, it's like I do like to show people like things and games, and like a lot of times like, I'll talk to my people, like friends, and outside of you and like you two, but like I'll talk to you guys about like a game that I haven't played, but like here, check it out. I'll show you right here. Let's check this game out. Like just here it is. Like yeah, I guess you could have came to my house. But like it's cool just to be able to take it wherever the fuck I want to. I can go just randomly sometime, like just go to a park, like not outside, go like in the commercial, but just like stop somewhere, fucking look at the city skyline, and like for a moment it's like, why would I play this game when I'm looking at the city skyline? But like I was playing this game for a moment. I don't know. It's like things I didn't think I would like about the Switch are like. I'm seeing some really cool shit. Like, I don't know. It's kind of pulling me away from being stuck just to this one TV that has everything.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
So my question for you is like, so a game like Wolfenstein 2, which we've talked about before, is probably like your second or third most anticipated game for this year.
Yeah,
I understand Odyssey comes out
on
the same day. If let's say it didn't, say it came out December 1st, would that change the story for you? Like if it came out, you got a 6-week break between Odyssey and Wolfenstein 2.
Maybe.
Okay.
You know which one would change? Would flip that for me before that game? It'd be Evil Within 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Because even that game is being rumored to come to Switch, and I would still pick up a PS4 because I really want to play. I want to play it even more than Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
but they're both up there.
Yeah.
You have a good point there. I don't know. There's just, and the biggest thing, the difference is the graphics.
Yeah.
And honestly, the graphics have not done anything for me either way. Like actually, 60 frames per second is probably more important to me.
Yeah.
And the 30 frames with a Doom thing on the Switch, which lots of games I play are 30 frames per second. But I'll be curious because I played it on PS4 and it looked amazing and ran awesome.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see what it's like. I've seen video of it. It actually looks really cool. It was only in handheld mode though. Like I was like, whoa, actually looks really good. I was interested about it.
And that's the thing. Honestly, it's the biggest turnoff to me about Doom is more than the price point, which I think is double what it should be. Is that the 30 frames per second hurts it more than anything else to me.
Yeah.
Playing the game on the regular PS4 before the Pro came out, before they did the 4K stuff, that game was fan-fucking-tastic. Just the way it looked. It was like, how did they make it look this good?
Yeah.
And then
that was one of the biggest things. They wanted to make it look as good as possible without breaking the barrier of 60 frames per second.
Yeah. And I don't think any other game has done that. Like, just without the power of the Pro, has been able to do something like that. We'll run at 60 frames per second, steady, and also look that good and also play that well. And that...
id or Crazy.
Yeah.
Or Bethesda.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whoever's making it.
I think... I don't know who it was now. Machine Game... No, it's Wolfenstein. No, I was just kind of curious, like, because I was going to ask you if you were going to get a Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch. And I was kind of curious if you did, yes, why you do it, and you explained it, and I understand. And I understand why anybody wants to. Like I've heard people like talk about games come out like it's like I was listening to a podcast and they're talking about like the Thimbleweed Park,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, I got a code for this game on the PS4 like 6 months ago. And it's like I'll get to it. It's like no, it's on the Switch. I got a plane ride in this weekend for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
Just certain things, certain people.
Yeah.
Even if it's more expensive, to me the graphical differences, like when I play Splatoon 2 on my TV and I play like some on the PS4, like the PS4 it looks great. Like
Yeah.
I love the PS4, you know what I do.
Yeah.
And but honestly the difference, I don't feel like I said, like even like Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, I haven't played Xbox One X, but like the difference is becoming less and less with graphics. And I like how the Switch is kind of, it's like next gen, like in a different way.
Mm.
And people have done it before, tried to do it, not in the exact same way as the Switch. Even Nintendo's tried to do it several times. I think they just nailed it.
Yeah.
With that thing, because if this would have came out like when PS3 came out, never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. But like, just it would have been, the graphical thing would have been such a bigger deal.
Yeah.
And the Wii already was, But I mean, it would be even more of a deal because I mean, and just in that, because you saw it with the Wii, just in that generation, graphics were more important than they are today to me.
Yeah.
And the way that like I see them.
SD to HD is a much bigger jump than HD to 4K.
Yeah, and most pro games aren't actually even native 4K anyways, and like they still look really nice though. Especially like they look. I'm not this.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I know.
Like checkerboarding, all this stuff. Like my biggest thing with actually, what I wish would happen with consoles instead of going just to 4K, which 4K looks fucking really cool. I've not watched a movie with it yet, but I would actually wish that, because I feel like they still haven't reached full potential with 1080p. But it's already 4K, and like you're never gonna get that full potential with 1080p. It's like it's kind of by the wayside now, But I kind of wish that like they would have just kept on perfecting 1080p a little longer and make that so cool. Because most PS4 games run at 30 frames per second, especially huge games like The Witcher 3 and stuff like that. Always 30 frames per second, and that's on. I mean, it should, to me, be better than that.
Well, that's the thing about the Pro is more than anything, the graphics is most games on there do run some games will give you the option. Do you want higher graphics or you want
it's like a
better,
PC.
Yeah, you want
you
better.
get choose, which is cool.
Yeah, so a lot of games actually do run 60 frames, which is more, I agree, more important than graphics is.
Especially for certain games.
Yeah.
Like Evil Within 2, maybe it's more important to look nicer than it is to run 60 frames.
Especially with the widescreen.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for. Gables, what about you? I'm actually kind of curious what your opinion is on this. Like, are you like? Because I know you you always take your Vita to work. You take your Switch to work sometimes too. Are you more enticed to, like, say, Wolfenstein 2 was coming out day and date on PS4, Xbox, PC, Switch? What console would you think you'd get that for?
That really all depends. I know when I used to play a lot on my PS4, I mean, I still consider it my main console, but at the same time, before, when I used to decide upon like purchasing a game for a system, I would definitely look inside the trophy count. I'd definitely look inside the achievements and stuff. Now, let's see. After most recently playing through a game and platinuming it, and like really not really remembering too much at all about it, the Ghost Recon Wildlands stuff, I think really I'm more prone to probably go with accessibility over like say something that may eventually get to it, but probably would be maybe about a month or two down the line. Because here's the thing. When I buy specific games for the PS4, if it's something that I immediately just want to play there and then and stuff, it's going to collect dust on my shelf. I'm really going to be only limited to wanting to play it maybe after work or something because, well, hell, I just went through the work day or something. Hey, let's pop on this game for a few hours. But normally when it goes to my routine or something like that, I normally watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Then I may read something.
Same.
Then all of a sudden it's like it's already about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't have time to play this. So I go to bed, and another day starts. So let's take this for example. If Wolfenstein 2 were to come day and date, and The only differences is probably, what, it's not 60 frames per second, it's like 30 frames per second and only 720p. Well, you know what? I don't give a shit. I will go forth and I'll just probably buy it on the Switch. Why? I can take it with me. I can play it whenever I want to. I could probably go forth and just at work play little bits of it, like during my lunch break, and then all of a sudden just get back. The point being is, if I'm on the road, if I'm doing errands, if I'm doing my work or something like that, there ain't no way that I'm going to be, like, in my busy life where I'm going to be spending, like, maybe like 4 or 5 hours a night playing it on my console, like on my PS4, because it's like, I have other shit I want to do. I want to relax, I want to unwind, I want to watch stuff, I want to maybe read a couple things here. I don't want to get anything, like, too in-depth unless I absolutely want to. So, when it comes, say, to the Nintendo Switch, I've been finding myself more akin to wanting to play stuff like games on the Switch because they're just so easy for me just to go and pick up and play like a few rounds or a few games, and all of a sudden, just like once I'm done from a trip or something, I just put on the dock, maybe play a little bit on the TV if I want to. It's kind of like borrowing from what Justin just got done saying. It does feel like a next generation type of step in terms of, say, like the Switch is, but in a specifically different way, where it's not necessarily graphical enhancements, it's more of an ease of use and like the expanding of how easy it is to go forth the accessibility of a gaming console. I mean, sure, we can go ahead and play games on phones and whatsoever and stuff, but if there are major, like, third-party games, like, say, on this particular system, I'm more prone now to feel like I want to go through and buy on the Switch. Because I could probably go through and finish them in about, probably, I don't know, probably a lot faster than I would go through and probably go and just play it on my PS4.
Yeah.
But that's just more or less my opinion upon, like, oh, God, here's a good example. Like, playing through, like, almost, like, 4 or 5 different types of games on the Switch in the span of the past couple months because, hell, I could take it while I'm doing errands.
That's cool. Yeah. No, I get it. You know, it's just, like, something I want. It's just interesting to hear, like, people that play completely differently than the way I play. Where I don't...
It's changed the way I play.
Yeah.
Like... I was like, I'm never like taking on the dock. It's cool, you can take it anywhere, but like, it's taking this thing to work for some reason. Started playing Zelda, like it's like blasphemy to me at first. Seriously,
yeah.
Like I can't play this and this little handheld. I got to play on my TV at home, and I started playing it. I will say though, I beat the entirety, like the main stuff of all of Zelda, all on the TV.
Yeah.
But this because like I kind of that thing is kind of that boundary I didn't want to cross with that game for some reason in my head, because every major console Zelda game like that is like on the big TV, and like it's like a special thing. It's not a handheld, you know.
Honestly, I went back and forth.
It's really changed. Now I do, but like it's really changed my ways. Like, and I was thinking like I could never play a game like Resident Evil at some place on break. But I've been playing not Resident Evil, but I can see myself playing a Resident Evil game on break. I don't. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Which it seems weird. It's like. It's kind of like reading a book. I like to get like settled in, turn the lights off. But like I'm just finding myself getting to that point in my head without even being there. It's weird, man. It's changing the way, or I'm changing my mind about different things that I always kind of kept sacred when it came to playing like on my TV.
Oh, well, that's cool. Like I said, it's interesting hearing from different. Like at first, when people started telling about this, I'm like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. And like I understand why. Like personally, like I'm still gonna. I mean, it make anyway. We talked about enough, but yeah, it was just kind of interesting hearing the other side of it. But I actually want to move on to actually some of the other news we have going on this week. Not really a lot. It's kind of a slow news week as far as things go. Not as much going on as there was last last few weeks. But a couple things I want to talk about. First up, we're going to stick with Nintendo for a little bit longer. This came out, a hacker actually found out that NES Golf is built into the Switch.
Yeah, I heard about this.
And that on the only way you could play, I'm not sure, like there's a video out there. I haven't watched the video, but They found out that the only way you could play the game is on the day July 11th, which is the day Iwata passed in 2015. But so say you disconnect from the internet and you change the clock on it to July 11th, you can't play it. The only way you can play the game on any other day is by never hooking up to the internet.
Right.
And you can set it on July 11th to play.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you like our switches,
They're
ball
done.
hooked, yeah, we can't wait. We have to wait till
Yeah.
July 11th. And then the only way you can actually start the game up is there's more to it than what I'm saying. I'm not sure all the details about it, but the only way you can play it actually boot it up is by doing the hand motion thing that Iwata always did in the direct with the Joy-Cons, doing it directly to
I'll never
you
forget
hand motion.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Ever.
So, and also when the game boots up, you do hear Iwata's voice. There's a clip of Iwata's
I did not
voice.
know that. Wow.
Yeah, and the cool thing is NES Golf is a game that he actually worked on back in the day, and they built it into every single console.
And I love that game.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really played it. Maybe back
Actually,
in the day
really
I did.
cool.
But it's just kind of a cool thing I want to mention, talk about is I think it's really awesome. You know, like say we're on Nintendo, it's a really cool, touching tribute. It's really the last thing that Iwata ever really had anything involved with Nintendo. It's the Switch, and now a little piece of him is in every single Switch that's out there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not to get too far into detail, but like I can't think of the name of it. There's it's a Japanese type of thing. You put something inside a hidden, like in a package or like in something that you make or something, in for good luck, basically.
It's supposed to be like
and this is like a
symbolization.
memento,
charm.
a charm.
Yeah.
And this is crazy to me.
Yeah. It's basically taking it from like it's supposed to be taken from like a specific like emperors or something. There's different types of these Japanese charms where they take the little luck, the charm or something in particular. They're supposed to wrap it around like a little bit of cloth or whatsoever, and then put it inside like a little bag, seal them up. The purpose is to keep them sealed up and stuff. Like sometimes the power of them or the luck force of them will probably drain out or something, and you have to either recharge them or take it to somebody or something. It's kind of a weird kind of custom because we're not really familiarized with it since it's of a different like culture, different type of things. But it's supposedly said if you open these sort of specific type of charms, they lose their power or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
I forget the term
Yeah, I know.
of the name though.
Well, I know Japan has always been is a very superstitious culture. So like when the PS4 was announced, people were talking about what they would call the PS4 or not, because 4 is like an unlucky number in Japan. So it's kind of like R13 here.
Yeah.
So there was talk of
Interesting.
changing the name of the PlayStation 4. But yeah, it's a really cool, touching tribute of a man that was pretty much loved by everybody in the gaming culture.
Yeah. I was gonna say like what's really cool. Actually, I was watching this little video about this before they actually realized you could play it. Almost like brought a tear to my eye. They were saying like just it shows you how much they respected him and like how much the image of him and what he did just kind of stays there. I know it's weird. Like I never knew him, never know him obviously, but something about him. I don't think there can ever be. I'm just gonna say right now. Someone from a company, a CEO that has like made an impact on me personally, like this guy had. Like just from him wearing this Mario hat and doing these things like that seemed like so weird, and his haircut and like I don't know. That's when I started like Wii U is like when the direct started happening. Just seeing him, I think they started a little bit before that, but like maybe 3DS, but like just man, like the way he went around things, like I loved it. Like he wasn't always like you're kind of disappointed sometimes in the things they'd show you, but like I was always so happy to see him. Like and he'd always be pretty fucking honest with you. Like he'd always say sorry a lot. Like
Please understand.
Please. He didn't say sorry. Please understand. Yeah. And real quick, I just want to say something about the Wii U because of this reminding me of that. I heard someone say something about like what will the Wii U be remembered by? I was like, they like besides like having a few awesome, really fucking awesome games on that shit. Like first party games.
One game, Captain Toad. Go ahead.
There you go, yeah, Captain Toad. Is Iwata. And him being Nintendo Direct guy.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was introduced to him, really. And really got to I would look forward to seeing him, and when he died, I literally cried and my day was fucking weird. I couldn't believe that it happened.
It was a sad week maybe day or at least day, if not a week, in all of gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What that
one of the
man meant to gaming.
It
So.
really struck me when that happened.
It was
And
literally
I was-
like the entire gaming community actually like banded together and sort of like paid their respects to this one man that was so much influential not only for his company but also played a big part of a lot of gamers' childhoods as he helped either create specific games that they played or help program games that they initially went on to later on enjoy. Like for example, the game I'm playing right now, Pokemon Gold.
Yeah.
Pokemon Gold and Silver, if not for Iwata's programming skills to compress the files, there would have been no way they would have been able to finish the game not only in time, but cram in extra content with the Kanto region inside, as well as the Johto stuff. That is just crazy just to think about, but yeah, without Iwata's help, that would not have come to be.
Yeah.
It's touching. And sorry, I don't remember what this is on the Switch Pro controller, but it reminds me of something that like Iwata would do.
Yeah.
Like, there's a hidden little
It's hard
message
to
when you
find.
look.
You don't even know where it is.
When I found it, I was like, oh, I was looking at it the wrong way, but like, I almost want to say it said thanks.
Yeah.
Or thank you or something.
It was weird. Yeah, like thank you. Yeah.
This is like, and that's always like the end of like games like where the executive producer of Nintendo was Iwata. There's always like thank you at the end and like thanks.
Yeah.
And like when I played Earthbound, it had like Iwata's name like and there's a character in that game that looks just like him. This is around the time he died. I finally beat Earthbound. That game was just like Iwata to me. It is Earthbound. It's crazy. Even though he didn't like really make that game, but he really helped out with that game. And there's like so much. Like when you beat that game, it's so cool. You see your name on there, the name you named yourself.
Yeah.
At the end the credits, like oh, that's cool. But yeah, just I don't know. Special little things like that are cool. And I'm sure other companies do that stuff every like once in a while. Do stuff like that. It's just cool. It's one that I'm personally connected with just because growing up playing all this stuff and knowing him through directs, I looked forward to him. I would sit down with my girlfriend and watch it. I never watched anything like that before, like watching like a direct or anything. And even my oldest daughter Kate to watch it, and she liked him and knew him and would like do that thing sometimes. Like it's just, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget him. It's just cool.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
And even with the direct, it still hasn't replaced. He's never gonna. There's no way to replace him.
And that's cool that they're not really trying to. They're just trying to like maybe carry on his legacy.
Yeah. No, it's a cool thing. Something I thought we should mention before.
Yeah, that's cool.
No easy way to transition, but we're going to go on to something else. Something else, really the only other topic this week is we haven't talked about much on the show, but the kind of game that's taken over the gaming over the last 4 months or so is a game called PUBG. PlayerUnknown Battleground. We've talked about it a little bit here and there on the show. No one here has played it.
No, and I know nothing about this game except for it's like a shooting game where it's, like you said, it seems to be taken off.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else about it, though. I don't know anyone that plays it.
It's recently sold over 10 million copies.
That's cool.
Which is incredibly impressive for any game, let alone the early access game on Steam.
Is it only on Steam?
It's only on Steam so far.
That is
not even officially
impressive,
out. It's going to come on Xbox One sometime
just on one system, kind of.
Yeah. So came out recently. A game called FortNite. This is a game released by Epic. But came out about a month ago, I want to say. It's still not out. It's early access.
Yeah. I know more about that game, actually.
Okay. But it's been in development for years. Finally came out early access. Like I said, about a month ago. But they actually came out and said, Epic did, and talked about that they were actually, I actually have a quote here from Epic, and they said, we love Battle Royale games like PUBG, and thought Fortnite would make a great foundation for our own version. So they actually took the elements of their game, Fortnite, and added a Battle Royale, Battlegrounds-like mode to it, which is coming out. It came out in beta, which is weird. It's a game that's in beta for a game that's in early access. It's a game mode in beta that's for a game that's out for a game in early access. But anyways, it's been in beta for a couple weeks now. It's coming out officially free to play on this Tuesday, September 26th.
Oh, wow.
Xbox One, PS4, and PC. and it's called Battle Royale mode. That's what the game was called. 100 players go into a world with Fortnite mode, with Fortnite building, your forts and everything like that. And last man survives wins. And that's the main thing behind PUBG is 100 people drop into an island. Last man gets chicken dinner.
It's the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
You made into a game. That's fucking cool. I didn't know that. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
And then that's cool.
Yeah, my dad's
It's just a game mode. It's a game mode that should be like in any game.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And games have had it previously, and that's kind of where
It's a really big one that took off.
Yeah. So PUBG, people came out, Blue Hole, I think it was called, is the name of the company. But that works with PlayerUnknown. They helped create this game.
Blue Whale's blowhole.
Yes. But they came out. So this was announced a couple weeks ago, and then they came out just a few days ago. The PUBG people did, and so a quote they came out with here. It's kind of a long one, but excuse me, yeah, burp quick. Excuse me. So PUBG mentions we've had an ongoing relationship with Epic Games throughout PUBG's development, as they are the creators of the Unreal Engine 4, which is Epic's engine. They created what I think they started with it's an updated version of what Gears of War used back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know Epic made them. Epic Games made that.
Yep, and I think they get 5% of whatever sales games that use Unreal Engine.
Nice.
So that's great. So they're making money off PUBG. Yeah. But anyways, it's the creators of the Unreal Engine 4. The engine we licensed for the game. After listening to the growing feedback from our community and reviewing the gameplay ourselves, we are concerned about that Fortnite may be replicating the experience for which PUBG is known. We have also noticed that Epic Games references PUBG and the promotion of Fortnite to their community and in communication with the press. This was never discussed with us, and we don't feel like this is right. So what happened was when they announced that when Epic announced that they're going like, hey, we are huge fans. They literally said we are huge fans of PUBG, and so that influenced them to make their own PUBG gameplay mode. And now PUBG is upset about this and has now actually mentioned, direct quote, further actions might be taken.
Oh, I get it now. I was backwards. Epic Games, who made Fortnite, is the creators of Unreal Engine 4.
Yes.
Oh,
Epic
wow,
Games
this just changes things completely.
So PUBG
weird.
is using the Unreal Engine 4 for their open world 100 last man survive win game.
It all makes sense now why they're angry. Okay.
Well, they're angry because of the game mode more than the engine.
Yeah.
But this kind of annoys me for a lot of reasons. First off, I'm gonna go a little bit of a rant here.
Yeah.
PUBG is not the first last man survives wins game. This is a game mode that's been that people have had for literally decades now. I'll say that they're probably the best one at it now, most popular one at it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
focused.
Yeah. It's kind of like GTA is not the first open world sandbox game.
No.
But they're the most popular one.
Yeah.
And they're the one that
they've really raised the roof.
Yeah. But my point is that GTA came out and then everybody tried making a sandbox open world game, and Rockstar never bitched about it, never complained about it. Now there's games you can argue that might be better as open world games than GTA. Personally, for me, I've never been a GTA guy, but there's open world games that I've enjoyed way more than I've enjoyed GTA games. And Epic, who made Gears of War, created a really cool, and not created, but made a really great style of playing a game, made a really great engine.
Unreal Engine 2, 3, like those are all BioShocks. And also wasn't Dead Space on Unreal Engine?
I want to say yes. I don't remember.
Pretty sure. Anyways, go ahead, sorry.
But like Dead Space 3 basically copied every like shitty movie tie-in game. Like they just took the core elements of Gears of War and made a halfway decent playable game. Shitty movie tie-in games actually became
played a Gears of War game.
Playable because of the Gears of War style, where it's the third person like cover-based shooter.
Yeah,
not the first to do it, obviously.
I don't want. Yeah,
people have been copying the Epic game mode.
Yeah,
still to this day, over a decade later, and Epic never complained about it. And now PUBG and like
And they're using their engine.
Yeah, they're using their engine. They made their game, which they licensed. They're allowed to do.
Which is whatever.
Legally, that's all fair and everything. Everybody agrees to it. That
Mm-hmm.
Epic making money off this is that everything when it comes to making money or being competitive and any sort of thing, it's a copycat league.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if a play style works in the NFL, 2 weeks later somebody else is going to do that.
Yep.
And movies, if you see
It's the people you remember, the ones that created it.
no, and sometimes that might not be the
Not always the truth though either. Tyler, you're exactly right.
More times than not, that's not the case.
The third
It's whoever,
guy.
whoever makes it. Sometimes it's just whoever.
Yeah, you're totally
does the
right.
Most
Does it-
popular version
And
of
does
wins.
it
Yeah.
the best or most accessible?
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's a lot of times it's not the person who
You're
made
right.
it; it's the person
Yep.
who did it the best.
Yep.
And GTA just released a game mode a month ago, for the online mode where I think it's 8 or 12 players parachute into the city. Last man that survives
sounds so
wins,
cool.
which is literally what PUBG is, where 100
Yeah.
people parachute into an island.
And you can race inside Grand Theft Auto 5, and you
Yeah.
don't hear like Need for Speed getting mad.
Yeah, but nobody said anything about GTA copying PUBG, and now we have FortNite copying, and only because they said, "Hey, we love PUBG, so we're gonna do our own game mode."
That's
Yeah.
pretty
That's
much
where it
the
stems from.
only reasoning why that they're making such a stink about Fortnite having that
Who-
specific mode.
Who made PUBG? I'm just curious.
Player Unknown is the name of the guy.
Oh yeah, that's
so he came
that's
from
part
like,
of the name.
he-
Player Unknown's
yeah, he,
Battlegrounds. Okay.
Brandon, I think is his name. Brad or Brandon Green, I think is what it is.
Mhm.
Is his real name, but his online persona is. But like he has been a part of it. He helped create other game modes that like, and been a part of like that made that like. This is just basically
His
a progression.
love child.
Yeah, like he's helped make other games that are game modes and other games that have had the battlegrounds
yeah.
play mode. But he's just kind of like he's just made the perfect formula pretty much for player no background. I don't know. It just drives me nuts. We're like, if this guy's gonna get upset about Fortnite, like wait till Ubisoft or EA or 2K or any other big guys out there. Like this is gonna get copied 1,000 times over.
Yeah, I mean, and what I don't know much about PUBG, but I'm sure they're copying people. I don't know what. I mean, obviously they are. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Like you said, like maybe not copying, but getting inspiration from doing things in your own way. I don't know. It's for them. Like I'm sure it's probably the biggest thing that ever happened to Player Unknown. I can assume. To make a stink about this is just like it's stupid to me because it makes you look like you're kind of a crybaby, and and like I don't think that the Epic Games and Fortnite is gonna really eat a chunk out of PUBG whatever because of phenomena.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure about that. And here's a couple of examples.
Go for it.
Here's an example of that. We all know about Overwatch, right? But we also know that there is actually a free-to-play game that's sort of similar to Overwatch, but there is concurrently maybe over a million something players on this Steam free-to-play game that plays similarly to Overwatch, and it has been credited, I would think, to get some bits of the chunks out of the pie in terms of say what Overwatch is initially done for Blizzard and stuff. Now, how that relates to this current case right there is, I believe that Fortnite having this sort of a mode that's similar to, say, PlayerUnknown's Battleground and stuff, yes, it does take away a little piece of the pie that would have otherwise went to PUBG. But I wouldn't say that it probably wouldn't be as big of a chunk as maybe some would expect, but it would still derive certain profits and certain other types of players coming towards that game, maybe some potential revenue, as saying if, say, Fortnite did not have that specific type of mode. But when this comes in this sort of situation and stuff to where this dude is basically going off on this, on the creators of Fortnite and stuff, on just mentioning his game specifically inside there, well, that on what was this? 2K's part? Epic's? Oh God, who makes Fortnite?
Epic Games.
Epic is they're their
Okay.
own independent company.
God,
No.
I wasn't really too sure for a minute. I kept thinking 2K for a minute. But in terms of like Epic and stuff, that really isn't that smart of an idea, though, just to list off the name of the specific like game. You can maybe make mentions. I mean, you can maybe make mentions of like, you know, paying nods to without openly specifically naming the thing, which kind of just sounds like this is exactly what this is. It's just basically like PUBG's like maker pretty much getting pissed because, oh hey, they specifically called us out, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth, and have the audacity to release their own version of my game inside this mode. It's like, you know, for one, he's not going to get very much into, say, a legality point with Epic Games because, for one, no matter where, no matter what, gaming has been... Other forms of media have been borrowing specific types of things from other artists and stuff for years. Same thing applies to the gaming industry. Tyler, you already went on a rant in terms of,
For sure,
what has gone on with, say, the borrowings of specific mechanics, recovered mechanics from Gears of War, and this and do that and stuff. But in this specific instance, it's just not going to mean too much at all. To be perfectly honest, he could say that he's going to file some class action lawsuit or whatever the hell. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to amount to anything in terms of progression of, oh, hey, they'll finally take down this mode, because I guarantee you probably in another month or so, we're probably not going to even... We're probably going to hear a little bit of, like, maybe a rescinding comment. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, never mind, continue playing, you know, just sort of thing. It's people are making a lot bigger of a deal of this than it actually is.
Yeah, I will say though, real quick, you open my eyes to the other side though too. This is kind of like, I kind of imagine like at work, if you're like at work at a place like where you, but it's different though because like you're, it's almost like your boss because you're licensing something from somebody.
Yes.
And you're using their engine, and then like they're already profiting off you anyways because of your idea to a certain point, but you wouldn't be able to do it without their engine. I think that's why this is a thing at all. It's just because, what you guys probably already said, is it's just because it's the relationship thing. It would be weird. If I was him, actually, I would feel like, first off, I'd be like, I'm never doing business with him ever again. Just personally. I'm not, no matter, like, if I work with them, they're just going to make their own thing. It's cool, I will say, though, like, in Epic Games' defense, like, I like how they say, maybe it's like, they're using their name, but also, like, they're saying, like, we love this game, and, like, you guys are cool. But also, it's like, man, it's tricky, because I can see both sides, and it's kind of a gray area for me.
It is.
Kind of a sticky situation, because, yeah.
Well, to me,
just because of the you have a relationship, a business relationship, but nothing was ever agreed to it, and nothing was agreed against it. Apparently,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter. But like you said, it'll be forgotten about. Go ahead, Tyler.
But I have a few things with this. One, I think, like I said, GTA did the exact same thing. You goddamn know that there's gonna be 20 different versions of this. Like, everybody's gonna have, any online game is gonna have a version of this in the next couple of years, and damn sure they're not going to say, hey, we love PUBG. So my thing is, like, I give credit to Epic. We're like, hey, we love PUBG, and we have our game that just came out, and we want to do that too. And like, so they gave them the credit where credit deserved, where GTA didn't. They just completely ignored the fact that PUBG even exists. And I can respect that more.
Yeah,
to the point where it's like,
that.
Hey, we're giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
we're gonna respect what you guys did.
Sounds like that. It sounds nice.
Here's what
respectful.
Well, nobody else does that ever. Like, nobody, like, in movies, music, whatever, nobody gives credit rarely ever to the original or like what made it popular or anything like that. I respect it more from that standpoint. Is like, we love this game, and we have a game that's way different than what PUBG is.
Yeah,
and we're just gonna add a similar game.
That's so true.
Like,
yeah, I forgot about that too. It's so different.
Yeah, like every other game
different
has
type of game.
Call of Duty made kills confirmed. Now every game has a kill confirmed game mode.
Yep.
Or has team deathmatch or capture the flag. That shit came from somewhere, but they don't give them credit for where it came from.
You know what I envision about this whole thing? I see both sides, but like I want to sit with both of them, like kind of like they have a dispute. They're especially like the PUBG dude is like more angry than this guy. This guy's kind of like, I'm giving you a compliment, and like we let you license the whatever.
You couldn't have it with
you couldn't have it without us. I mean, I don't think they'd say that because from this quote, but like, it'd be like one of those things you kind of like talk down if you could, because like, it just seems like a disconnected thing. Like, maybe they should be like, hey, like we can do whatever we want to, but is it cool? I don't know. That's weird. It's a weird thing. It's like it's just like a very personal thing. It's not like a giant group of people that are angry at another giant group of people. It sounds like more just like one guy's angry. Like it sounds, but it's just it's kind of more complicated that way in some ways because like you almost have to sit him down in a room and just talk to him if you're gonna try to resolve it.
Yeah.
Like get together and realize that like you're kind of you're going a little overboard with your anger towards Epic Games.
It sounds petty to me.
Yeah, I get that. I get both sides, and that's what I think it's. What I think they're a little more petty. Yeah.
Well, especially in a game like FortNite, where like let's face it, that PUBG is sold over 10 million. Who knows, maybe 11, 12 million by this point.
Yeah.
Copies, and FortNite's maybe sold 1 million. So this is a game you're destroying.
Yeah.
As far as sales goes, and now you just gave it free publicity. It's like, hey, you guys took our game mode that everybody loves, and people are like, oh shit, this game that's on everything now, not just Steam. Like people, like someone like me is like, I don't have a. I could play PUBG on my console or on my computer. I don't want to play it on there though. I only play games on my console.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have a PS4 or an Xbox One or whatever.
So it's like, well, now I could play that game for free on my PS4 and Xbox. Okay, and when they're charging $30 for this game on Steam, and it's coming to consoles later this year.
Yeah, no,
it's like you just hurt yourself more.
Yeah,
I think that might be part of it too. Is the fact that it's also coming to console before PUBG gets to go to console.
Yeah.
So now you're maybe that's where you're eating at their audience at. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
There is, and it's literally this is a very personal. It sounds like it's so personal to him.
Yeah. Like I said, this isn't something he created. This is something they did. They're not the first ones to do it. They're obviously the biggest to ever do it.
Right.
It's like Minecraft's wasn't the first Minecraft type game. Like there's several Minecraft type games, and they just found the best formula. They made it popular.
They struck gold.
Yeah, and it just sucks because like PUBG is like this organically made game. This isn't like some AAA hype machine game.
Right.
This is a game that just came on Steam.
Never even knew anything about it. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about it a little bit. Like I don't know, still don't know a whole bunch, but it sounds cool. What you told me.
Yeah,
like,
the game sounds
interesting concept.
Yeah, in theory,
and if it's all
cool.
focused on that, makes that mode way better than any other side mode would be like in the other games. So why do you care?
Yeah.
Your game's focused on that, it sounds like. And if you're confident, your game's going to do better than anybody else.
Yeah. And that's the point.
So be like, oh, cool. They're giving me props and they're doing their own thing because we inspired them.
Yeah.
Even though we were inspired by everybody else, too.
Epic's probably got more fans than what PUBG has at this point. When they hear PUBG, it's like, oh, cool, what's PUBG? And like, they might have found people might have bought PUBG because of Epic. Who knows? But yeah, it's just, this game is so, it's from like the groundswell of this game. I haven't seen anything like this. Maybe since Rocket League. It's definitely maybe bigger than Rocket League was.
Yeah.
But Rocket League had the backing of being a PS Plus game. This game was a game released on Steam, where 90 million
I know what
games
you mean, though.
Kind of
like this kind of popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere, and just like there's no ads, nothing. And now it's sold 10 plus million copies out there.
Yeah.
And nobody's had
even more of a feat than Rocket League.
Yeah, and despite all the issues with the game, it's early access, blah blah blah, whatever. Like this is just something you don't need. It's just like coming off kind of like, well, okay.
It's like someone, it's like,
it's like
telling Miyamoto, yo, dude, your game is so cool. We're gonna make our own. Like it. He's like, good luck.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna get mad and pout at you.
We're not the first podcast ever. We're not the first podcast about video games. We're not the first one to talk about what we've been playing in the news. Like, we are not an original fucking podcast. But, like, the people that created podcasts upset about it? I highly doubt it.
No.
You know what I mean? And if we had some original formula and someone copied it, whatever. You know? Yeah. It's like, this is...
little things that inspired you and they work and you like it.
Yeah, that's my point to it. It's just, when I read that, it's just like, ugh, it's like, get over yourselves a little bit here. Calm down, get off your high horse. Like, I'm happy you're still doing well, but calm down.
Yeah.
No, that's not my point.
No, that's a good discussion. Even though I don't know much about those games, but this just the thing that happened was interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree, like with both of you, but I lean towards the side, I guess, of it not really being that big of a deal. Quit crying.
Yeah.
It's not helping.
No.
If anything, I mean, it's not the way to do it if there really is a huge issue that I'm unaware of.
Don't be Donald Trump. Put the phone down.
Please stop talking.
Please.
Everything will go fine. You can
Stop
redeem
doing-
yourself.
Watch the newest episode of South Park.
I
And
haven't seen it.
put the phone down.
I need to watch it.
You should watch it. It's great. Trump should watch it too and take advice from that show.
Yeah. He's probably watched it over and over again since it came out. That's all he's been doing.
I hope so. I hope so. He should. But obviously it's not working because he's a
Saying too much.
he's
Saying not the right things.
he's a white man born into billions of dollars, tweeting at self-made black men in the NFL about privilege. So, anyways,
Self-made, huh?
yes, they're self-made millionaires.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. How dare you, Neil? Fuck you, assholes. Sorry, I can only deal with Trump so much in a day without making a comment about it. Anyways, sorry Steph Curry didn't show up this week like we hoped. He said no, so I took back my invitation. Because it's an honor to be on the show. It was an honor. Sorry. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. If you want to hear more from us, we have a Facebook page and group is Drunk Nerds Podcast. Like and join us on there. On Twitter, we are at Drunk Nerds Pod. Follow us on there. And on YouTube, Drunk Nerds Podcast. Subscribe to us on there. Podcast clips up there as well. Like that show. Tell friends. Subscribe as well. And on iTunes, we're Drunk Nerds Podcast. Drunk Nerds Podcast. Subscribe to us on there. Give us a 5-star review. 5 stars preferably. 4 is okay. Leave a comment. We'll shout out on the show. If you're from a weird country, that's not America. Because if you're not from America, it's weird. Let us know. Send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and I'll find it and I'll show you on the show. And also on Twitch, Drunk Nerds Podcast on there. So follow us on there. Send us a friend request because we like friends. We like having friends. Friends is good. Friends is awesome. You got a friend in me. To quote Toy Story. Yeah, other than that, check us out in all those places.
Oh, I love that song.
Thanks for listening. That's
Randy.
Randy Newman. It's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the month.
Yep.
Probably the next 10 years. It's like tinnitus, you know? Randy Newman has that voice in your head. You got a friend in me. It's like a weird buzzing noise in the back of your ear. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I was your host, as always. I was Tyler.
I've been Justin.
And I've been Colonel Gables.
Oh.
So, until
Colonel.
next week, everyone, you got a friend in me.
Colonel Gables. Bob Dylan's coming to town.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right.
Just remember what your old pal said, boy. You got a friend.
Friend me. Yeah, you got a friend me.
Good night,
Some
everyone.
folks might be a little smarter, bigger and stronger too.
I forgot the words to this song.
But you know this is not a thing or nothing that I wouldn't do. I don't know. Was he racist?
Ooh, tonight.
Keep it. Keep it. Tonight.
3 times a lady.
Bye, guys.
Nothing.
Recording for a while now. This sucks. Bye, guys. Excuse me. You too many beers there. Anyways, we're on iTunes now, so go on there, check us out, and if you like us, leave us a review, and we'll even shout you out. And Jack will send you his credit card number.